30 minutes of friends talk about everything that matters to women. Welcome to the lounge.
There's a very important matter, which is either arriving too early or being there on time, or sometimes being very late. So where do you go in between that?
Honestly, I always aim to be a bit late, but I'm always very late to events because, you know, when you have an event, you're running around, you're getting ready, doing your hair, makeup, outfit, something has to go wrong. If nothing goes wrong, it's like rush hour for some reason, there's traffic. So I believe in being kind of late.
Okay.
Because have you entered an event and it's only just you and the organizer?
Well, if I'm the MC, then yes.
Yes.
But you know, when it comes into that, to be honest, one of the things that I do and I tend to do is if I don't attend the event very early, it's because I'm wanting to avoid some people.
Right.
Like I know that there are certain people who are going to attend on time, but they're not going to stay very late.
That's right.
So I'll be precise that I will come to the event in the amount of, let's say, time where I'm going to enjoy my time, yet I'm avoiding, let's say, seeing anyone who I don't want to see.
Honestly, I think that's very smart. And especially also if you think about it, when it comes to events, all the fun stuff starts happening towards the middle and the end of the event. Right. So usually the beginning is just lost time, waiting for everyone to arrive. And that's when I get really bored and I tend to leave early before all the good stuff happens.
Right.
So my advice is to be a bit late.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And usually, I don't know, events are to do with socializing. So I agree with you. If you want to avoid someone, try not to go at the same time.
I totally
But how do you know who's going at what time though?
Well, this is the thing. When it comes into, let's say, attending such events, there are particular people that you actually know. Like you already socialize with them. And you know that they, for instance, if the event is Thursday, so no one wants to miss their Thursdays. They will attend the event fast, early, and then they'll leave immediately because, you know, in the end, it's their, let's say, weekend. To me, these people who I really know their schedule and how their mentality works, I would try to, as much as I can, to avoid them. One of the things that happened to me in an event, it was more of a car event. So I remember I went early and I was, let's say, enjoying my time. And then suddenly I've seen one of my friends who saw one of my posts and she was like, please wait for me, I want to attend. And I was like, okay, I'll be waiting for you. So imagine that I stayed from the beginning of the event until the time she arrived, which was almost, let's say, the ending of the event. So it was very bit awkward because you started to see people who are there from the beginning and the ones who came and left and you're still there.
You stayed for the entire...
So it was very frustrating for me. It's because I felt I was re-socializing with everyone all over again. You know, like things that you want to avoid, especially in these kind of events. Like you want to enjoy your time, but you don't want to give that kind of time for people to approach you, try to, let's say, address themselves to you, talk to you, and, you know, start to socialize in the timing that you don't want to socialize.
Exactly. I think that's the hard part in events, that there are people that attend simply to socialize and, you know, start collecting business cards and start collecting phone numbers and, you know what, and sometimes you don't feel like talking, or you're there to talk to your friends and specific people from the event, and then you have a random person coming up to you and trying to, you know, have small talk. Which could be really annoying. I cannot stand small talk.
Me too. I mean, one of the things also when it comes into weddings, to be honest, if it's a close friend, I'll try my best to be there from the beginning. But if it's, let's say, a distant friend, I would go in the time where I know that they will start to distribute sweet coffee and tea, instead of me being there waiting for a whole, let's say, time, 2 hours almost. So it's always let's say 9:30 and above, where they start to distribute things. That is the right timing for me to come and attend and enjoy my time, have the coffee and dance maybe a little bit. But, you know, having that kind of sense where you're going to be relaxed, enjoying the evening and time as well.
Definitely. I remember my friend, actually it was a few weeks ago, my friend came from Bahrain to attend a Kuwaiti wedding. She was like, what time do you think I should go? And I'm like, it really depends on what you're in for. You know, because as you mentioned, some weddings by 9:30, they start distributing the coffee and the desserts and sweets, and you have something to do. So she ended up being a bit late. So got there at 10 and it was perfect. Spent 2 hours there and went right back to her hotel. So I think it was like a good time for her. You know, she was able to enjoy the wedding and everything. But Hiba, let's take a quick break. Hiba, I've been taking such a long break when it comes to my nails. You know, I haven't been able to get them done or have nail polish on or even change the shape because I was going through a medical thing, which you already know about.
Right.
You know, and it didn't allow me to play around with my nails. But finally, I have the green light from my doctor to go back to my usual mani-pedis and everything. But when it comes to nail shapes, I honestly prefer this nail shape. So the almond, longer. What do you think about that? Do you think I should go back to that?
Well, to be honest, I will always go for almond shape because they're the ones that you feel almost, let's say, natural, because there are even the kind of sense where they get really sharper on the edge.
Yes.
And it's more of a triangle than almond.
Exactly.
So I remember they were more of a trend. To me, I would always go for that, and I would advise you, recommend you to do that. But for me, I always love the ones that comes with glitters.
Yes.
Like I would go to any kind of shape if there is a glitter nail polish, let's say, on top of them.
Yeah.
And having that said, you know, these colors are very reviving, and I have to show you this. Like I've always said, I don't like the yellow butter color.
Yes.
But I really love them when it comes into my cousin's.
That's beautiful.
Cousin's nails and hands.
Yeah.
Like the way she has her own natural, let's say, shape. They're not almond, but they're more of
a natural.
Yes, more of, let's say, a round square in a way.
Yes.
So with that kind of sense, they gave that kind of the nice sense of butter, let's say, yellow butter color.
Yeah.
To me, I've always said this. Every time I see a yellow butter color, I would immediately go towards egg. Like, always
you're gonna ruin it for me.
So you can't, like, people would say we'll go to lemon, but to me, I would go to the worst.
Exactly.
Like, I don't know why.
Although butter yellow does give more like lime or lemon vibes, not like for me, a sun yellow does remind me of, you know, the egg yolks, and I'm not into that, and I hate sun yellow.
Yeah.
But like a lime yellow, butter yellow, it's beautiful.
I don't know what's wrong with me, but I think maybe I'm toxic in a way in that kind of
I think so.
But you know, Rita, these kind of, let's say, shapes do really give a very bright and beautiful effect for the hand. To me, I've always used acrylics. They damaged my nails, but yet sometimes when I look at the pictures and remember the old good time when I used to do them, I mean, they were very beautiful because with the almond shape, the glitter, as I just said, I mean, it really gives that kind of sense of how very, let's say, perfect the picture will look like.
Definitely.
Holding a cup with a perfect nail.
Everything looks good, exactly. Now if I'm holding something to take a photo, I feel like I need to hide my nails.
Me too.
You know, but not anymore since I'm allowed to get them done. But honestly, since we're talking about shapes, I always prefer the almond because it gives your fingers length and it makes them look like very lean and let's say skinny.
Right.
Right? I noticed my friend just changed her nail shape to like a long square, and her fingers look very like big and stubby, you know? So even choosing your shape can change the way people perceive your entire hand and what everything looks like, to be honest. So I really focus on that. And I noticed the only time I'm okay with the square nail shape is when it's very short. Like you cut it to the shortest length possible. But any longer, I really do dislike it.
Well, there's a kind of a trick to that. You know, when you come to do it more of a square shape, they always say try to narrow the edge itself, so that it looks more into a small, let's say, square tip at the end, because it would give your hand more of very, let's say, soft look instead of having the one that you really because it really feels annoying to see that. You would feel like you build your nails instead of let's say having them in a very quite good shape. But always narrow the edge in that kind of matter. It will give you that kind of a sense of how feminine it looks, and maybe people would take it in consideration. But you know, one of the tricks that I've noticed is that they tell you always to look into the edge of your nails from the part where it's actually growing from. So if it's more of a round, that means that what suits you is more of a round shape. And some people comes with a square shape as well. So they say that whatever follows in the edge of your, let's say, finger, you will start to notice that whatever fits you. So you will starting noticing that part of them, or let's say round, most of them, when it comes to the thumb, it could be more of a half square rounded shape. So this could actually even help you in a way, because in the end, if you would notice, all of us have different kind of nail shape, which actually get really affected in a way to choose. But yet again, you can always build and choose the right shape that you like. So we've been talking about that a lot. How about we take a quick break?
So Do you feel like wearing sunglasses indoors could be dramatic? I know some people perceive it as that, or do you think it's just fashionable? I'll tell you my opinion after.
Okay, so to me, if it's in my own opinion to see a person who wears the sunglasses, I would say it depends on their mood. Like, I wouldn't immediately judge a person who wears sunglasses indoors. In my kind of, let's say, opinion, I would be like, you know what, they're very great because they can actually handle wearing them inside.
Right.
To me, if it's sunny, no matter what, I will not be wearing sunglasses because I get really irritated when I feel like there's something blocking my view. So you will always notice that my sunglasses are above my head. Okay. It's more of an accessory that I add towards my hair instead of wearing them. Like, my husband would always tell me, you have sunglasses on top of your head. Why don't you use them when we're sitting in the car instead of, let's say, giving me that kind of look and face because of the sun? And I'd be like, I don't know, I feel really irritated. I don't know, in a way. So to me, if I see a person wears the sunglasses even indoor, I'll be like, oh my God, they're so great because they can handle it. Like, they can handle that kind of sense of, you know.
Yeah, honestly, okay, if I'm going to work and I have makeup on, I cannot even use sunglasses no matter how bad the sun is, because, you know, it leaves marks, and with the camera, we need to avoid that. But if it's my day off, which is usually when I'm out during the day, I do keep my sunglasses on. I tend to forget, honestly, that they're on my face, to be completely honest. And if you notice, if you go to our malls, it's sunny.
Right.
Because we always have like glass ceilings and everything. So I don't feel like I want to take them off. But I feel like it's weird if I walk into someone's house or apartment where, you know, like the shutters are closed, curtains are closed, and I'm in sunglasses. That's weird. So I've noticed I keep them on in restaurants that are all glass and the sun is inside, because I'm pretty sure you've sat in a restaurant before indoors and had to change your table due to the sun. But also, it's a great way to like have a shield from the world.
Yeah.
Right? I kind of feel like it gives the vibe that you are unavailable. And sometimes that helps you avoid conversations you don't want to have with random people.
Right. I mean, one of the things that I like when it comes to sunglasses are the ones that comes with colors.
Yes.
I would always prefer choosing maybe a pink sunglasses or yellow sunglasses. And let's say the funny story about it is I tend to wear them when I go to the gym. Because I don't want to see myself when I'm working out, or even if I want to see myself, I'd be like, you know what, let's make it more of a pink day instead of being gloomy and being, let's say, frustrated. So I always wear them while I'm jogging on the treadmill, whether I'm cycling on the bike, and if I'm doing a heavy weight, let's say, dumbbell workout. So everyone will be looking at me in a way at the gym is like, why is she wearing her sunglasses? And then people started to understand this is more of a way for me to get distracted in order not to, let's say, focus on the pressure and how tiring the workout is. So because I hate these kind of, let's say, workouts, especially the one with the treadmill and with the bike itself, so you will be always seeing me with the sunglasses, especially the colored one at the gym.
Yeah, but I was just going to tell you, I've been to so many gyms all my life. I've never seen anyone training with sunglasses. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I will stare at you because it's such a weird sight, you know, especially that gyms are usually dark. There isn't any windows, especially women's gyms, which I know we go to. So it's not like there's any sun rays. Like, I'm trying to find you an excuse. But honestly, there's no excuse.
I just want to block myself.
Yes.
I don't want to look at my reflection. You know what I really even hate about is when there are actually mirrors at gyms.
Yes, I love it.
I don't love it. Like,
it's so
why do you have to have mirrors?
Because how do I know that I'm, you know, exercising right? I need to make sure my form is okay. No, your form though.
You feel it. Okay, so that's a different subject, but going back to sunglasses, I mean, to me, I would really love to see kids with sunglasses.
It's so cute.
Like, I have my daughters, like, when they go outside, they'd be like, I want to wear my sunglasses. So I put their sunglasses out. But Talia always tend to take the sunglasses that I actually use, as I told you, as an accessory. So she'd be like, I want that sunglasses.
Of course she gets to
And I'm like, okay, you can wear it. Whatever brand it is, just wear it and just let me be. So, yeah, I mean, sunglasses are very, let's say, more of a way to present yourself,
Yeah.
whether it's an accessory that you actually use, whether it's something that you like to wear for outdoor, indoor.
Definitely.
To me, it's always great to have them. Like, especially to me, I really love the ones with weird shape.
I know, me too. Honestly, my mom always judges me for my weird sunglasses, but you know, that's her issue. Let's take a quick break, Hiba.
So when it comes into vacation, I'm very sure a lot of us would immediately want to just escape, have fun, relax. But you know, because of what we're living through, to me, I feel the phone is something very necessary that we tend to use, let's say, maybe unconsciously. And once you realize that you're using it a lot, you will immediately toss it out. Like, does it happen with you in a way?
Definitely. See, the thing is, if I can unplug at home, I can definitely unplug on vacation. If I'm on vacation, don't call me. Even if you're on the trip with me, don't call me. At any point, do not call me. Don't over-text me either. You know, it's not the time for me to listen to your podcasts and things that happened in your life. And it's fine. You can send them to me. I'm just not going to reply. You know, I'll reply when I'm back home. I don't care if I'm even just like sitting under the sun not doing anything. Still does not mean I'm gonna contact you or like text and go back and forth or take long phone calls.
Okay.
Honestly, the only person I call when I'm on my trips is my mom, just to give her like very quick updates, not even our long gossiping phone calls. It's just like a minute or two and that's it. And I feel like it's enough, honestly, because okay, with our jobs we need to be on our phone just in case something happens.
Right.
Filming days canceled, switched, whatever. Sometimes things happen on the spot. We get our script. So our phones are always with us.
Right.
You know, and we're talking to our friends. We're running our errands. We need our phones. But on vacation.
Right.
No, thank you very much. Honestly, I have two phones. The phone that's always in my hand, and then I have my private phone. Not one person on this planet has that number. No one. I don't have WhatsApp on it. So you can't even text me. And I just use it when I want my alone time. So for example, before, if I didn't want to talk to anyone, I'd put my phone on airplane mode. But that also means that I cannot listen to music. I cannot play games, for example, or use certain functions on my phone. So I decided to keep them completely separate. My public phone and my private phone. Usually on vacation, I'm using my private one. I check my public one a few times, that's it. And the rest I just, you know, enjoy my time and chill. I also don't like to overpost on vacation. I feel like that's another thing. The vacations that I sat there taking videos and photos and posting and making sure the photos and stories are perfect, I just lost my dinner time. I didn't enjoy the concert. So yeah, what do you think about that?
Well, I totally agree with you on that. When it comes into my case, I'm the photographer on trips. So you'll be finding me not with phone, but you'll find me with cameras.
Right.
Different kind of cameras for different kind of, let's say, not occasions, but events itself. Like if we're going, for instance, for diving or swimming or water parks, you will find with me the gadgets that are assisted with water, and they're flexible for filming in these kind of, let's say, sense. I would be using my phones for taking videos, recording whatever it comes into my mind, but I wouldn't use it for replying or, let's say, sending messages or posting. To me, these are the most important things. I really enjoy my time when I do actually do that. Maybe in a way that it could be sometimes irritating, because you know they would say don't over exceed the moment, just enjoy, have fun. You filmed here and there, you don't need to, let's say, do more of a full coverage towards what's happening. Like, I totally agree, but you know, once you are very into capturing the moment, and you find like there's this beautiful angle that you could actually use and take a picture for it, that you could actually use it again. Like, I would do it really fast. You wouldn't feel like I'm actually using it, let's say,
for
using
like
the
30
phone.
minutes, an hour.
So and when it comes into, let's say, editing everything, I would just do it when I come, let's say, go back, because I would be thinking about the battery when it comes into the phone. Like, I don't want to over exceed the battery because I'm using it for filming or recording or taking a picture. But you know, like, to me, I would really enjoy these moments, because what happened to me is, I remember I went to Mykonos, and I remembered saying that I will enjoy my whole 2 weeks, and the last day of the trip, I'll be just going outside early in the morning, taking pictures and doing this and that. So it was really fun until I got an eye infection.
Oh no.
And then I couldn't do any shootings in the morning because my eyes was closed and I couldn't film anything. So it was very frustrating. I couldn't do it. I didn't enjoy the moments when I was recording. So I was like, you know what? Just record at the same moment. Enjoy the time. Don't exceed. And that's it. So without exceeding any furthermore, how about we take a quick break?
So matcha is taking over the world. It's not only taking over the world as a drink, but it's becoming matcha ice cream, matcha coffee, not even just tea anymore, matcha dessert, matcha clothing. Like, for example, I buy from this athleisure store, you know, and sportswear store. And you know how they send emails, for example, with their new collections, and it's like, matcha collection, you know what I mean? And there's so many types, you know, and you either believe that matcha tastes like grass or you like it. But there's so much, like my friends go from place to place trying matchas. I don't get it.
I've seen that, and I have to show you this. Like there is this strawberry matcha drink. I remember, Rita, when I went to the store and I saw this kind of, let's say, post when there is a certain new drink, like, hey, there's this and that. So it was a strawberry matcha. So I've seen two couples who actually ordered it. And I was emphasizing like strawberry matcha. And they immediately look at me, and I wasn't, let's say, pointing at them, but I was pointing about what's being presented. So they were really offended, like, how is she talking and emphasizing about strawberry matcha? It's strawberry matcha, as if it's something like it's natural.
Exactly.
Like normal, like this is something that we used to drink. I mean, even matcha people
don't have that.
Didn't actually used to drink a strawberry matcha. Like, I'm very sure this is something, let's say, intrusive to the culture as well.
Definitely.
I mean, it's matcha.
Definitely.
So having that said, I was very surprised to see that people are taking it very in a positive way. Okay, yay for matcha, but to me, like I don't want to, let's say, emphasize on the taste of the matcha, because to be honest, I tasted once. I don't want to, let's say, overjudge it, but I know, like, once you taste that kind of sense of what you taste, you're not going to find it in a different kind of, let's say, it tastes, because it's always going to be related to that kind of first time that you taste matcha.
Exactly.
So adding flavors to it wouldn't fix it.
No.
Adding any kind of texture to it, to me, it will never fix it. It's always going to be a matcha.
Exactly. So my first experience ever trying matcha, I think, was like 10 years ago. I cannot remember, but it wasn't the real stuff. It was the artificial amazing stuff.
Okay.
Honestly, the artificial stuff wins. It was good. I'm like, okay, this is not bad. And then I think it was 2-3 months ago, my sister comes back from this very like known matcha place in Kuwait with matcha, and she had a few actually, like a vanilla matcha, a strawberry matcha, whatever it is, and it was the real stuff. And it was like good quality, high grade matcha. And from the first sip, I was like, there's no way. I cannot, like, how are you even drinking this? And she's like, no, it's amazing matcha. It's like really good matcha. I'm like, it's terrible matcha. Like, if I'm gonna have to drink it, it's definitely gonna be the fake stuff. To agree. From the beginning, if you know what I mean. But I completely agree with you. I expected maybe the vanilla would cover the taste of the real authentic matcha. It definitely did not. Even the sourness of the strawberries or the sweetness, whatever it is, did not cover. There is a strong note of grass that is never gonna disappear. And you know how I always like, I'm on social media to be able to fall asleep, you know, I need background noise, and the whole time I just get videos of reviews for matcha. So one of my friends was traveling to another country, and she kept like 2 days just to visit all the matcha places. Like, yes, matcha is amazing, it's good for you, but it's caffeine at the end of the day. You know?
Like, this is something that people are really not thinking about, that they would say, you know what, it's better than coffee, it's better than this, it helped me in a way. And I was like, yeah, but it's caffeine in the end.
It's caffeine.
I mean, it's something that alerts you in a way, and they say it's more, it has a higher caffeine than even what's in coffee. So I remember having a friend who actually talked to me, and we were discussing about the taste of matcha, and she was like, the one that you feel, it's more, let's say, way into, we call it sidr, isn't that perfect of matcha. The one that tastes like real great matcha is the one that has a bitter taste, and it's not way different than sidr. So I was like, oh my God, like I've always related it towards henna in a way, like when it comes to the taste and the smell. And she was like, no, this is like the worst. So it has to be that kind of, let's say, bitter taste of it. But in the end, it's something that people prefer. If you have that kind of sense of preference of choosing matcha, then yay for you. To me, it's never going to be a matcha. I have my cousins who actually converted from coffee to matcha. Completely. And they're like, finished, that's it. If there's a matcha, then there's always a matcha. Wow. Like, I mean, it cost almost 3 KD something. It's really expensive. And like, I remember I showed her a video. I was recording for her a video for a coffee machine. I was like, imagine in this store, there's a coffee machine. And she was like, oh my God, matcha for 1 KD? Oh, where is this place? And I was like, you noticed the matcha? Of course she did. It's her new hobby. Well, I feel like we're never going to agree to the whole matcha craze, and we can forever grab our coffees together, Hiva. Right. But let's go make a coffee, actually. So, Rita, when it comes into taking a group photo, I mean, I have this photo I have to show you, but I have to talk about it before so you can understand why I look very freaked out. So when it comes into having group photos, you know that you always tend to, especially if there's a celebrity that you've always looked for and longing to actually take a picture with. So I remember all of us as a family gathered, and in this photo, when it comes into the obligation, like they said, it's only allowed for 4 people. Okay. So I had to tell everyone it's just an extra person. So we're 5 instead of 4. They were like, you know what? Okay. So I remember, and then I recall, why was it actually for 4 people? Because this actually happened. Yes. So we all stood up and gathered near the celeb, and we were sitting towards the camera. And then I saw my brother and my cousin coming towards me, not knowing where to stand. Oh. And I was like, it's a group photo. Yeah. You can stand wherever you want. Yeah. And they were like, no, we can't. And I have to, let's say, adjust them. So the thing that happened is, I adjust everyone. I ended up not having a place to stand. No way. So what happened is, I was completely in the middle, pointing towards the You were so awkward in that photo. Exactly. Yeah. Like you can see my face, the way I was standing, and it was very frustrating because it was a moment that you wanted to keep and cherish, and I'm like, you're like, oh wow. So to you, very sorry about that. Thank you, but you know, in the end, at least you took a photo. Exactly. At least you have this photo from this memory. Yeah, I hopefully gonna recover from it somehow, though it's been almost a year, and I still, let's say, trying to recover. But having that said, it's very important to always have a very nice group photo. Definitely. Especially if you're always a person who take the photo, you know? So when it comes into you, like, what are the moments that ruins that kind of sense of having a group photo? Okay, so for me, if you're gonna be the person in the group photo that says, oh, please don't post it even if you look good. It's not about because you look bad, just because you don't want to be posted on social media due to whatever reason, don't be in the group photo. Just do not be. So I remember from last year, my birthday, it was me and all my friends, but I could never use that photo. Because of those people. Because of one person actually ruined it for all of us. So it's very annoying, but you reminded me of that and reminded me not to take any more group photos with my friends. So Hiba, I feel like we spoke a lot today. Let's wrap up.